Assalamu alaikum. How y'all doing? So I'm back with the post burn review video. I want to tell y'all about a couple of candles that I burnt throughout the week. And I have Goose Creek and I have a Bath and Body Works candle that I want to show and talk to y'all about. So I'm going to tell y'all how the candle throw, the sooting, if it soots, even if the wax gets scorched, because I noticed with some of the candles that I have burned that the wax changed colors because it's literally burning, it's scorching. And of course, if y'all seen my short that I have on my channel, I'm going to talk about Splish Splash. I'm going to talk to y'all about Splish Splash. This is a very clean scented candle. It smells amazing. It's not a very detergent like candle, so it's clean. It's not sweet. It's like a bluish wax. There weren't hardly any sooting in this candle, and I don't trim this. I didn't have to trim this the first burn. I burnt this candle like 6 times, maybe 7. And after the first burn, I had to trim the candle before each burn, after the first. And the first 2 burns, there was no scent. This threw off no scent with the first 2 burns. Now, it was the 3rd burn to where this started throwing. And when it did, I lit this in my living room, and it did not fill up my living room. I lit this in my dining room. I lit this in my dining room. My dining room is a little smaller than my living room. This did not fill it up. I would put this more so in my bedroom. I will put this in a bathroom, smaller spaces. This isn't for large areas. I love the scent, but would I purchase this again? Absolutely not. After the 3rd burn, it was a light throw, but it was kind of patchy. It wasn't really strong. It's like you would smell it in some areas and you wouldn't smell it in another. Like, that sounds kind of crazy, right? But it's weird. It's like you just like will walk in, oh, I smell it now. And it was only one time that I burnt this, and I left out of the room for a while, I think at least a half an hour. And when I came back, I actually smelled it. That happened only one time out of maybe 7 burns. Okay, so I'm going to continue to burn this down, but I'm going to put this in my bathroom more so. And it's like, what you going to do with a double tumbler, 2-wick tumbler in a bathroom? Honey, I like these when I'm in the shower. I like these while I'm using a bathroom. Yes. Okay. I like these in my bathroom. Okay. Like, why not? When I'm taking the bath and everything. So I like my candles. The wax also didn't turn color, as y'all see. It didn't change color, didn't scorch or anything. So that's a plus, at least to that. There was no sooting either. There was no sooting, so I didn't have to. You can tell if a candle soot when you light it. I'm going to show you one that I'm going to tell you about, Cotton Candy post burn. So these again are post burn reviews. Cotton Candy this isn't a strong candle. Like, it's not a strong candle. I'm noticing that Goose Creek candles that look like these with these colored waxes, they're not really overall consistent. Like, I don't really care for them. I really don't care for them. They're pretty. The scents are nice, but they do mushroom. The wicks do mushroom. With their candles, the wicks do mushroom a bit. Okay, so at least it does that. But the throw was more so like a 5. I lit this 3 times. It was at least 3 times I lit this, but the 3rd time I lit this, I had to blow this out Like, I had to blow it out like within 5 minutes of me burning it. And I had to because after I lit it, I noticed, I did trim it first. I noticed that the soot, you could see the black soot in the flames when you light it. So I'm like, okay, I stood there for a minute. I watched it. The flames were high, even after trimming. The flames were high, and I just stood there for a minute, calmed down a little bit. I'm like, okay. So then I go, I think maybe, yep, within 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, I go back to look at it, and I'm like, something ain't right. I'm like, why is those flames so high? Next thing you know, of course, even I trimmed it low, the flames were still kind of high, and they wave like this. And I see soot. You can see the black smoke coming from the flames. So my chest was bothering me, and I'm like, no, I had to blow it out. Okay, I had to blow it out because I'm like, hold up. When I blew it out, let it cool down, I did not relight it. I started feeling a little bit better. I was like, how was that bothering me? But maybe I'm lighting a little too much candles, and you know, the soot is getting to me or so. Because I do have some sooty candles, and I don't burn those for a long time. So I have learned from previous from other candle lovers that like candles like this. And I think before, the first 2 times I lit this, I only had it lit for 2 hours. And I did have another one that I had lit for 2 hours, and I learned about the time to not let the candles burn so long because of the scorching, because of the sooting. So this, I couldn't let this burn for 2 hours. This one I couldn't let burn for 2 hours. Like, it was too much sooting going on. Okay, too much. This is another one. I showed y'all this before. Some of these in the hauls. This one, as y'all can see, I burnt this down a lot, and this did not throw off until the last burn. Until you see it get to this last burn is when it started throwing. It became strong towards the end, more so. This candle became strong towards the end. This was a clean burn. This didn't soot too much. Not as bad as this one. This didn't soot like this one. This one, you see it. It was just, and I'm like, oh my gosh, regardless of how low you trim them wicks. This, I didn't have to. Yeah, I probably don't see this do mushroom. I think I probably like picked the mushrooms off. But this, when it started throwing, it was like an 8. It was nice. The smell, this was so, like, if it was consistent like this from the beginning or even early on, oh my gosh, like, I would so love this. And the thing is, I think I have like 2 more of these, and I'm like, I'm gonna see, okay, because I got them, so I'm gonna burn them. I'm not a person that, you know, buy candles and I don't burn them. I never really consider myself a collector, okay? Like, I would just pick up candles and burn them, or pick them up and say, oh, you know, smell nice, and I'll buy them. And next thing you know, I have like so many candles. I have at least almost 500 candles, and it's crazy because it wasn't something that was intentional. It just when I would go into a store, I'm like, ooh, or a sale happens and it's like, ooh, candles for $10, like, yes, Bath and Body Works, 15 or 12, I'm buying them, you know. So the last candle I want to show y'all is from Bath and Body Works. This is an old joint. I don't know if the packaging is even the same, but I had this one for, I think I had this since 2019, possibly. I think this is eucalyptus and tea. Eucalyptus and tea. Oh, I don't know if I told y'all the last name of this candle. Cotton Vanilla Breeze by Goose Creek. This one I was talking to y'all about how it burned. Cotton Vanilla Breeze. And then, of course, this one was the Cotton Candy. But this is the Stress Relief Eucalyptus Tea. This, when I first burnt this, I love the smell of it. This didn't really soot, so if you see anything, it's probably from my lighter. But Bath and Body Works, I don't have too much issues with their sooting with their candles. That's one thing that I can say, is that I don't, they're waves, there are waves. They're flames. A lot of the times, like I have one burning, of course, right now. Like as you see, wait, I don't, ooh, can y'all see that? Y'all probably can't, but like their flames are low. This is the first burn of this candle that I'm burning. It's, well, it's probably because I'm seeing her waving now. Y'all see it high, but they're like, you know, they're low, they're consistent. That's my fault, okay? Low, they're consistent. There isn't really too much sooting at all. Like I don't have any issues with their candles, and they burn clean. Of course, it smells amazing. Eucalyptus tea, this, it smells so good. It threw, I remember the very first time I burnt this, it didn't have a scent. It didn't, and I think I burnt this in my room. It didn't have a scent. It didn't have a scent. And the second time was like 2 years later, maybe 3 now, 2022. I bought this in like, I bought this for a candle day, I think. It was a candle day, I believe I purchased this in 2019. And I just burnt it this year in January and February, and it just threw off. It filled up my living room. It was just like that stress relief. It was what I needed at that moment. It was so, this is so good. And would I buy this again after I burnt this a couple more times? Listen, I went and got me some single wicks. I even grabbed me a couple more of these. So yes, I would recommend this eucalyptus. Is it eucalyptus? Not eucalyptus rain. This is eucalyptus tea. I don't even think they sell this anymore, y'all. I don't think they sell this anymore. I have no idea. I don't even see it online. If you come across it, listen, it's worth it, okay? Eucalyptus tea is worth it. So those are my post burn reviews that I'm showing you guys. I hope you enjoy my videos. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. I do plan on hopefully having giveaways, because I have, of course, I'm gonna give candles away. I have lots of candles to give away, but I'm trying to reach at least 100 subscribers before I do a giveaway. Every 100 that I get, I will throw a giveaway, and I will have, of course, choices for the person of within the giveaway that I offer. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.